This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, Brother Mike is back on the radio, KXXT Christian Radio. Welcome to the program. Today's Bible study, Puberty Blocker Frauds. Today on Hardcore. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? I'll do the announcements, you do the call. Brother Mike, back on the radio. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. I've been a counselor for over 40 years. Been on the radio for over 20. HardcoreChristianity.com is the website. If you go there, you'll see all of our ministry services. We have 2 live services every week, Thursday and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. We're down on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's a red brick building. 3 live Zoom services a week. You wouldn't believe how anointed these services are. Why don't you just check it out some night? Monday nights is for the ladies only. Wednesday and Saturday is for everybody. Tuesday night is our training class on how to cure Christians with mental illness. That starts at 6:30. Send me an email, Mike at hardcorechristianity.com. I'll send you all the information about the services and the Zoom services, and also our monthly children's deliverance service. First Saturday of the month at 10 o'clock in the morning, preteens only. Please bring your kids for prayer before it's too late. My podcast is on every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I teach the deep things of God. Puberty blockers. What in the world? Are you kidding me? Satan in complete command of the United States now. He's in total control. He's in charge. He's the boss. The reason that he got that way is because the churches failed God. That's the number one reason. It's not because demons are more powerful now than they used to be, or Satan's more powerful than he used to be. No, far from it. The church failed the Lord and the devil took over. It's that simple. It's always worked that way. It will always work that way. You start giving kids puberty blockers and you're in deep trouble. These drugs have severe side effects. They can stop or limit breast tissue development. They can prevent or limit broadening of the hips in girls. They can stop monthly bleeding, eliminating periods. Boys are no better off. They can stop or limit facial hair, body hair. It can prevent deepening of the voice. It can prevent the broadening of the shoulders in boys. It can reduce or prevent the growth of the Adam's apple. It can stop or prevent gonads, your testicles, from growing and block erections later in life. If you think I'm kidding, this is just stuff that's already in the medical journals. Everybody knows this is a fact. These are potential side effects of puberty blockers. Well, not long ago, as you know, a few years ago, a $10 million taxpayer study was awarded from the National Institute of Health. Okay, our government spending your tax dollars again. And this study started in 2015. It followed 95 children, average age 11. They started taking puberty-blocking drugs. These drugs prevented the normal development of natural bodily changes, for example, growing breasts, voice changes, and so on. After the study came out, the puberty blockers offered zero improvement to any of the children's mental health after following them for 2 years. What happened then? Well, you know what happened. Dr. Johanna Olson Kennedy, she is the head of the largest youth gender clinic in the United States. She works at the Children's Hospital in L.A., California. The New York Times recently interviewed her, and she revealed that she kept the results of that taxpayer-funded survey hidden. She was scared to release it because she thought it would be used as weaponized material against using puberty blockers. Even though the study clearly showed that there was zero improvement in the mental condition of the kids. The New York Times noted that about 1/4 of the patients in this study were already depressed or suicidal before their treatment. And none of them were helped at all by puberty blockers and the transformation of their bodies. Not one of them. This grant for the study, $10 million, was named after this doctor, the Olson Kennedy study. And they lowered the age of receiving puberty blockers from 13 to 8. Some lady who was a clinical research psychologist at Boston College, she was involved in the original study. Her name was Amy Tishelman. She was critical of what this doctor did, saying that the results of the study should not have been withheld because there's so little science available on how physically and psychologically puberty blockers affect children. All the research needs to be revealed. She said all the information should have been given and none of it should have been held back. And that it was not that doctor's prerogative to decide based on the results that they will or won't publish certain data. Elon Musk got a hold of this thing and like to freaked. You know the story on Elon Musk. He lost his son to what he calls the woke mind virus. His son, after viewing social media constantly, suddenly decided that he wasn't a boy anymore, he's a girl. And he transitioned. And his son was emotionally and mentally ill and still is. And the son turned on Musk. He didn't want to have anything to do with his dad anymore. Xavier was the kid's name. Well, here's the funny thing about this study. It was based on a patient who never got any help through the treatment. Nothing. I don't know if you've been following Harry Potter, the author J.K. Rowling. Last few years, she's come out against everybody using unisex bathrooms. And her testimony is that it's damaging to girls and that males who think they're female should not be in the same bathrooms, exposing themselves or urinating or defecating in front of girls. She doesn't feel that's emotionally or psychologically correct. And boy, she took a lot of backlash for that. Well, when this study came out showing that there's no psychological improvement at all and it wasn't helping the kids at all, she tweeted this out. Here's her tweet, J.K. Rowling from the demonic Harry Potter series. Here she goes. She says, quote, "We must not publish a study that says we're harming children because people who say we're harming children will use this study as evidence that we're harming children, which might make it difficult for us to continue harming children. Okay, it's a complete play on words, meant to be funny and real at the same time, and J.K. Rowling is exactly correct. Puberty blockers have severe side effects and should never be used on children. And the overall concept of this transgenderism is a satanic lie. There is absolutely no biology documenting that children are trans. This is a social phenomenon. It's a psychiatric phenomenon. It's a demonic phenomenon. This is Satan attacking children through child abuse. And these sexual perversion demons enter the child's body. It's the same is true with homosexuality. These sexual perversion demons enter the child's body and morph their sexuality and morph their gender identity. That's the purpose of these unclean spirits. They're specialists at it. They're extremely good at it, and they cause incredible psychiatric damage. They keep telling the person in their mind that they're not of the same sex. They keep telling the child in their mind they're attracted to someone sexually of the same sex. They cause same-sex attractions. They cause gender identity issues. This is all caused by unclean spirits that enter the child. Because churches and Christians do not understand spiritual warfare and do not have deliverance as part of their services at their church, these children grow up with gender dysphoria and same-sex attractions. It's that simple. It's all spiritual. Pumped up by social media, telling kids over and over again what to feel and how to feel. And if they feel, then they are this. If and then. This is all Satan controlling the media and controlling the minds of our educators who are duped into this lie. If your child needs help, the first Saturday of every month, Children's Deliverance Service at 10 o'clock, they can't miss it. If your child needs help, and they need it now, call me, 602-636-5800. They can be delivered and healed. Send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. You do not have to settle, as Elon Musk did, seeing your child transition into some other sex, which Elon Musk called evil. It's evil is what he called it. He doesn't know the half of it. It's satanic. 602-636-5800. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.